Victor, what do you want to be when you grow up?
A doctor.
You want to be a doctor?
Yes.
Why do you want to be a doctor?
Because I see cheek injection.
You want cheek injection?
Yes.
60% of a typical Nigerian child, when asked what they want to become in future, never get to say they want to become a teacher. And I would attribute that to the fact that the educational system in Nigeria has bastardized. Teachers are underpaid, teachers overwork themselves, and then there's little or no appreciation that is given to teachers in the long run. They see these teachers go through all this, and honestly speaking, they don't want to continue. It's just a few percentage of the population of children that honestly want to become a teacher as they grow up. And in fact, truth be told, even a child that tells their parents that they want to be teachers gets scolded by their parents because their parents don't even see any prospective future in being a teacher. Now, into the business of today. My name is Isaac Faithfulness and I'm welcoming you all to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. And if you have not subscribed and you are watching, I think you know what to do. Please click the subscription button below and share, like, comment. Thank you very much. Today we're going to be talking about my experience as a Naija teacher. My experience teaching in Naija. Naija is Nigeria for those that are non-citizens of Nigeria. Okay, I've been a teacher for the longest part of my life. And honestly speaking, I will tell you that there are a lot of things that we really need to work on in our country, Nigeria, for a better result in our educational system. I would like to address two areas that I think are very, very important. The first one is the school system, and the second would be parent factor. Now, over to the school system, we find out that employers or school owners don't even get to employ the right set of people in the educational system. Yes, it's not everyone that can teach. Teaching has to do with three basic characteristics that I feel that is the most important thing for a teacher to have. The first one is passion, the second one is patience, and the third is creativity. For a teacher, you must be passionate enough to transfer knowledge. Teaching is not just about going to the front of the chalkboard and talking or trying to pass out the content you have upstairs to the students. It's more of being passionate about something. Wikipedia defines teaching as a process of transforming or impacting knowledge and virtue. So teaching is more of impactation, and you must be passionate enough to impact this knowledge. If you're not passionate enough to impact this knowledge, trust me, you'll be teaching haphazardly. You just be teaching to fulfill righteousness, or you'll be teaching to get the money. A passionate teacher goes outside the content of your curriculum. The second one is patience. No child is the same. For every child, there is a specific characteristics or ability for that child. So you might be teaching a class of 30 students, and two students there's in the set of those 30 students, you have 10% of them, they understand very fast. Another 2%, you need to repeat it and repeat and repeat before they understand. Another set of them or students, you need to bring it in a visualize your learning for them to be able to understand it. So in a room full of students, you have different calibers or different students with different abilities, and then you must be patient enough for every child to understand. The truth is that teachers cannot do everything in the classroom because of the limited time we have as teachers. You find out that you are trying to cover a course content, you're trying to cover the curriculum of the course, and then you are trying to also focus on the broad aspects of teaching, that is impacting knowledge, and goes beyond your normal classroom activity. It goes beyond your normal curriculum. And the last but not the least that I say that is very important for every teacher to have is creativity. A teacher must be creative to pass their lesson or pass their content, to pass out the knowledge. A teacher must be creative. You find out that there are a lot of people that they know something, they understand, they are They are qualified because of the volumes of wealth of knowledge that they have been able to accumulate over the years. So they are very knowledgeable in these areas. But the ability to pass this knowledge to children, remember, children are different from adults. So you need a level of creativity in your teaching. So you don't have to come into the class with the same math pattern, same process, same method every time. In Nigeria educational system, I've come to understand that majority of the schools focus on the cognitive build-up of the child. In a school that I taught some years back, there was a child that was not so bright, but anything that has to do with the hands, anything that has to do with practicals, manipulation of things, this child was in for it. He was so good in playing football. He was so good in craft work, sewing. He was a good artist. He was a good artist. I'd not seen a child so passionate about, but then in academics, he was not so strong in it. But this was his passion. This was where he was. This was his gifting, his natural ability that came out without much struggle. But then we are facing in an educational system that tries to only focus on the cognitive area and then kind of push away the psychomotor area. As a parent, if you notice that your child is very good in the psychomotor area, that is being active in creating or manipulation of things, I think I would advise as a teacher that you should focus more on building the psychomotor area of that child. It's very important. We have a whole lot of people that are striving in the area of their strength. So when you find if your child is better off in the psychomotor area, please and please support that child. Help that child to be a better version of himself in that area. Don't force him to get what he is not. Another area of the school I would like to look at is the fact that teachers are not really appreciated. I know I talked about the fact that teaching is a passion. You should look beyond the pay as a teacher. Yes, but let no proprietor or proprietress come and tell you that a teacher's reward is in heaven, and because a teacher's reward is in heaven, they will underpay you. No, teaching is very stressful. Even though I said teaching is interesting, you must be passionate and all, there is nothing that is life-changing that isn't rigorous, that the process isn't rigorous, that the process isn't demanding. Teaching is very, very demanding, trust me. I will say this anywhere, any day, anytime. Teaching is very demanding. It can be very hectic on some days. It can be very draining on some days. But then the goal should be that you are seeing your children becoming a better version of themselves. And this is the only thing that motivates me to go into classrooms. Try to encourage your staff. Well, teaching in the East and teaching in the West is not the same thing. I grew up in Ogun State, Lagos, and I saw how education was valued, and the money that teachers got was at least encouraging, even though the economic situation of the country is not so palatable for that kind of amount. But then it's encouraging. Coming down to the East, it's not the same at all. It's not the same. You would be shocked to see a teacher that is paid 15,000 naira. 15 is even much. 10,000 naira. There are teachers that are still collecting it, and I used to wonder, what is 10,000 naira really going to do in this our country as it speaks? A whole lot of things are expensive. So teachers should be appreciated by all. Parents, appreciate teachers no matter how bad it is. Don't even think of saying that, oh, you paid your school fees, so why should you do this? Let me tell you the truth. A lot of teachers go outside of their way to make sure your child is a better person. A whole lot. The truth is that teachers don't need to announce themselves that, okay, this is what I'm doing, so you have to pay. No, I don't believe in that. I believe, let me just take myself as an example. There are days I go to class and I notice a particular pattern in a particular child. The next thing to do is to just call the child aside, try to ask some fundamental questions, and try to decipher what the problem is. When I discover what the problem is, I could single-handedly take up the child and pick the child as my personal project so that the child will be a better version. Remember, I told you that the only thing that drives me in teaching is to see children to become a better version of themselves. When you see teachers, don't just look at them and say, oh, this person, look at how this person is even dressed, look at how this person. Please appreciate them. Appreciate them. There are many days that they are very, very down. They feel so down, depressed, and they just have to go into the classroom. They just have to go into the classroom to teach your children. And a whole lot of children don't even have moral training. So please appreciate them as much as you can. And schools try to focus on the psychomotor aspect also. Yes, head knowledge is very good, but also hands-on skill is also very important. Parents, listen to your children. We are the leaders of tomorrow. Try and pay our school fees and give us sound education. I know a lot of us sang that song when we were growing up, when we were going to school, when we were growing up as children in the assembly ground. They sang it and sang it and sang it and told us to go and sing it to our parents. Yes, children are actually the leaders of tomorrow, but then the parents are actually the mastermind behind the leaders of tomorrow. But I would like to say that a child's attitude, a child's training, a child's ability to understand or to learn starts from the home. It starts from the home. I want parents to wake up from this ideology of saying that, oh, because I have money, I'll just put my child in this school. This school is good. The school can do everything. Trust me, truth be told, a school cannot do everything for your child. I remember one incident I had when I was teaching in Ogun State. One of those parents stood up and said that she's very disappointed in the school, that she brought her child to this school for a particular reason, and the reason is that she has heard so much about the school, that the school is a Christian school, and because she has heard so much about the school, she expected positive change, in the sense that when the child comes back, she's going to take care of the house, do chores, take care of her siblings, skyrocket in her academics, and all those kind of things. And I was boiling on my seat. Didn't you train your child in the house? Didn't you? Are you making it the responsibility of a teacher to do the responsibility of a parent? It's not supposed to be that way. It's not supposed to be that way at all. Principal stood up and said something. A very wise woman. She said, "Ma, we cannot do everything for you." I was so happy. A lot of parents think that the school covers for their incompetencies. No, it doesn't. The school is just a public space where your child is passing through to gain knowledge. And in as much as the school is good, truth be told, the school cannot do everything for you. You have to train your child in the way he should go. And when he's old, he will not depart from it. The Bible instructed you, not the teachers. We have a whole lot of nonsense in school systems these days because of lack of training from the homes. If the home is balanced, you'll find out that the school will be safe. You are scared to take your children to school these days, and because you know they will learn one button. So you even prefer to even homeschool your child. And that's not supposed to be. If everyone is doing their part in training their child or their word, when they come out, they're going to be better. They're going to be productive in the society. They're going to impact the society in a better way. One of the reasons God instituted marriage was for us to train our children, according to Malachi, was to us to train our children and to raise them in the way of the Lord. If you bring beans that is infested by weevils and put it close to a beans that is not infested by weevils, you will find out that both of them will become infested by weevils. Death, things that are not good, they spread. The same things that are good spread also. So parents, please, I'm begging. This one, I'm begging because it's very painful. I've thought for a while and I can say it again. Parents, we have responsibilities. I may not be a parent now, but sincerely speaking, I feel for parents because I know the kind of stress they have to go through to put in food on the table, to see that the children are properly taken care of. But then please, be very intentional about your children. Even though you are intentional now, be extra intentional. Try to read books. Please read books on how to train your children, read books on how to manage anger issues, read books on how to really love your child. All these things will help to produce better citizens of the country. My fellow teachers that are out there doing the job of teaching, kudos, well done, keep up. Please don't be discouraged, don't feel down, don't feel sad. You're one in a million and you shine soon. Keep being passionate in what you do.